Welcome back to HCD Entertainment Group. I am your host, Hamid Mark, as usual, and I'm joined by my two brothers, obviously, Torre and Danny. Mark, how y'all boys doing tonight?
Better than Bucks fans. I'm doing better than Bucks fans, that's for sure.
but yeah, we're gonna get to that. So this episode is gonna be we're gonna give you guys our thoughts on the NBA playoffs. Now, the NBA playoffs have been going on for a while, so obviously we haven't been covering it since round one, but we're gonna kind of give a quick rundown of round one up to the current rounds at the moment. So we're gonna go quickly we're gonna start from east to west. I'm getting this on NBA.com, so thanks to them. So we're gonna start with the first game of round one that we're gonna go through, just the whole series. Philly versus Washington, that ended 4-1, obviously in Philly's favor. Westbrook, obviously, and Bradley Beal were lucky to even be there, to be honest. So the fact that they even got one win in that playoff series, shout out to them. No comments on that round. All right, fair enough. It was an easy round. Then obviously the the New York Knicks.
Randle, Mr. 5 for 25.
Julius Randle?
5 for 25, I mean 5 for 55.
5 for 40, 5 for 80.
Julius Randle and the great Knickerbockers versus Ice Trey and the Atlanta Hawks. We all know how that went. 4-1 to Atlanta. Damn, Thor, how you feeling about that one?
Listen, Julius Randle didn't play in any way that surprised me. If we had recorded this show earlier in the season, you would have seen that I was the one Knicks fan who, despite his success, was still calling him trash. And you can even ask him. No matter how many double-doubles this man had, I always called this man trash. I don't even think he should have been in the playoffs.
Bruh, he brought you to the playoffs. What are you talking about?
Derrick Rose brought us to the playoffs. No, to be fair, he did do his thing in the regular season, but he was still trash.
Who, Derrick Rose?
Yeah, Derrick Rose was great in the regular season and in the playoffs. I mean, Julius Randle did his thing in the regular season, what I'm saying. But again, I still considered him trash. I could see him play. Every time that I saw him touch the ball, I had visual discomfort. Again, you can ask him.
I agree because I have visual discomfort too. But I remember a 5-game stretch early in the season where Julius Randle was the best player in the league, and you were hyping him up too.
I was never.
He was. He was hyping the shit out of Julius Randle.
I never hyped him up. I never liked him on our team.
No, there was a 5-game stretch. We played the Cavs twice where he had 37, 12, and 10 or something.
I don't even remember.
And he was better than LeBron.
He was not no better than LeBron. He's
Speaking
so
of LeBron.
He's the clumsiest.
Speaking of LeBron.
He's the clumsiest All-Star I've ever seen in my entire life. He's probably the clumsiest All-Star that's ever been in an All-Star game in All-Star NBA history.
Speaking of LeBron, Julius Randle's on the same All-NBA team as LeBron, so.
That is tragic.
We're going to get to LeBron real quick. So the next one was Milwaukee and Miami. Listen, Miami.
Trash.
Goddamn. Clearly they had to hang with from that last.
Tyler Hero is garbage.
Tyler Hero. Listen, the rumors when they were going to trade James Harden for Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson, whoever else they're going to do, they should have did that. Because I'm sorry. I love Tyler Hero.
For what reason? Whether you have Tyler Hero or James Harden, you're not going to win a championship.
You would have did better with James Harden than Tyler Hero.
James Harden? A guy who can't win a championship? No matter what?
He's better than Tyler Hero.
Flashback, waiting 2 months when the Nets win the championship.
Exactly.
What?
When the Nets win the championship.
I mean, yeah, KD going to carry them. We're going to get to KD in a moment, but.
Kyrie and KD on his
and
team.
also, once again,
Kyrie's
going
injury.
back to the All-NBA team, Jimmy Butler somehow made it over Jason Tatum in the third team.
I'm gonna give Miami a break because they were the last team to play in the bubble. So clearly it's with fatigue or whatever else happened because the Lakers are kind of in that same boat. So I'll give them a little break, but I expect them to put a better fight than that.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of James Harden, especially if he's gonna be your only main guy. Well, obviously they would have had Jimmy Butler, but if he could have pulled off James Harden and then maybe later in the season pull off someone else as well, then I agree that would have been a great trade. But if they were just going for James Harden and that was it, James Harden, he's proven that he can't win a championship. He's had a lot of chances to win with
He almost beat the Kevin
with the
Durant.
Rockets.
If it wasn't for Chris Paul's injury, he would have beat the Kevin Durant.
This is
All right, that is fair. But at the end of the day, he didn't. Chris Paul fell, and it was left to him, and he still couldn't.
So you want him to beat Steph Clay and KD by himself?
That's what I'm
just
saying.
He was the main guy for all these years. He even admitted himself with his style of play, and Kobe said it too. He cannot win a championship with his style of play. And he knows
He
that,
about
and
to
yet he
with the
still
Nets.
hasn't changed his style of play for his entire
Yeah,
career.
You just need to surround him with
He
the-
said it himself. So how are you going to say he can't win? He himself has notified that. Not only that, but it's proven that he can't win because he has not won yet. And even Kobe himself, the great Mamba, one of the greatest minds in basketball, has said that himself as well. So what makes you think that he can?
I mean, he only beat Kevin Durant Warriors, so.
Almost shoulda, woulda, coulda.
All right. Well, speaking of James Harden, his Brooklyn Nets beat Boston 4-1, gentleman sweep. Boston, besides Jason Tatum, Boston is trash, to be honest. I don't even know.
Marcus Smart too. Marcus Smart.
Boston is not
Marcus
trash.
Smart is it.
Boston is
Boston
hot
played
garbage.
against-
What are you talking
Boston
about?
played
Kemba
against
Walker is hot garbage.
Brooklyn.
I agree. If that's your point guard, bro. Who else they got besides Jason Tatum?
Jalen Brown.
Marcus
he
Smart
was
is really
injured.
nice.
Boy,
Jalen Brown was injured. If they had Jalen Brown, it would have been closer. Marcus Smart is
Oh,
also.
please. Jalen Brown would not have made that
Marcus
series.
Smart is also really good.
No.
I like Marcus Smart.
The Nets, I mean, the Celtics are really nice, especially Jason Tatum. He's super nice.
Yeah, he's the only nice
That was a
player.
good team. They were just unfortunate to play the Nets. What round was that? First.
That was the first round, yeah.
First round. They were unfortunate to play. I mean, the Nets. They have 3 superstars on one team. Come on, that's too much for anybody.
Yeah,
Especially for a 23-year-old. Despite that, he's a super elite player now. It's too much for a team like that.
the organization's just trash because they did that same thing to Kyrie when he was there.
Nah, the Celtics are one of the best organizations in the league. It is.
In the East, yeah.
When's the last time they've been to a conference final?
2018 when they had Kyrie. But Kyrie was injured.
They didn't go to a conference finals. No, they
They were
didn't.
a game away from the finals, remember?
Oh yeah, you my bad against LeBron. Yeah. But Kyrie didn't even play.
Yeah.
Kyrie didn't play. So and then the next one was Utah versus Memphis. That one was another 4-1. The first round was really kind of, ugh.
No one other than Jazz and Grizzlies fans watched that series, by the way.
Say again?
So no one other than Jazz and Grizzlies fans watched that series.
Yeah, that series. I mean, I love John Morant, but that series was
No,
boring.
so-
So.
if Steph was there, it would have been much more exciting. We might have actually beat the Jazz.
I wish the Warriors made it over the Grizzlies. I wanted to see John Morant in the playoffs last season, but this season, since it was either Warriors or Grizzlies, I definitely wanted Steph Curry over the Grizzlies. I think they would have had a better matchup. They would have had a more interesting series, and also just seeing how Steph Curry was playing the whole season, how much he gave it all. I really thought he deserved to make it to the playoffs.
I hope they don't do that whole play-in game next season. I know they had to shorten the season because of COVID and all that jazz, but I hope they don't get in love with this play-in idea because 9th, 10th, and what was it, 11th should not be fighting for no playoff spot. Huh? Oh, 9th and 10th, yeah. 9th and 10th should not be fighting for no playoff spot because if you're in 9th and 10th over 82
The
games
Warriors
in
not
a
making
season,
it. I still like the idea.
no, you don't have
because
to be in the playoffs.
Injuries could happen, and
Okay, that's sports. Again, everyone could get injured. Playing games, really? If you're 9th after 82 games, you don't get a chance. No, the idea is trash. I hope they don't do that again. The best series, the Dawn, Luka Doncic and his Dallas Mavericks, and the LA Clippers or the LA Chokers.
and I'm not pandemic P. I'm not talking Paul George. Porzingis, straight trash.
Bro, listen, Kevin Durant's a unicorn. This man's a regular NBA player. I don't know where he got that nickname from, the unicorn. If unicorns are like that, he's just a regular horse. That man don't have no horns, no wings. Bro, Luka need help. Luka about to leave because he's going to sign a Supermax, but he didn't say where. I think he's going to leave next season.
Luka, I mean, Kristaps has already supposedly voiced frustrations on playing with the Mavericks and playing with Luka Doncic.
Frustration for what? He's not even hooping. He don't have the right to be frustrated.
Because
Maxi Kleber is better than him.
because he doesn't like the hero ball orientations of. doesn't-
Luka has to play hero ball. Who's gonna have?
He doesn't like that Luka doesn't really share the ball. Like it's all pretty much just based around him. I mean,
Luka's one of the best passers in the NBA.
most of the possessions he has is around Luka Doncic.
Yeah,
if he
he's
goes
the
to-
point guard.
If he goes to any team in the NBA with a star player, it's gonna be like that. Like,
Yeah, unless he starts pulling his weight and
unless
start
he looks
hooping.
like the Pistons or the.
But if I'm not mistaken, I think Luka actually had one of the highest user ratings in the league in terms of
Yeah,
how many
Because
times
no
he
one
had
else
the
can
ball in his
handle the
hand.
ball on that team.
yeah. Tim Hardaway Jr. No.
Everybody else is just.
Listen, when they give it to down low, instead of going to the 3-point line, why don't you post a man up and work on your hook or work on your fadeaway or something? Like You're what is he 7 foot
Yeah,
tall?
he's 7'3".
7'3", like
Standing top,
like
he like
dominate
he
people in the post. Like what are you doing?
I agree with both. I think the Mavs need to have a more team oriented approach where they're all moving the ball instead of just relying on every offensive possession to be handled by Luka Doncic. And I mean like every possession. But Luka, but at the same time, one Kristaps, he needs to be healthy. Like he's not healthy at all. And then and two, like bro, he is 7'3". We understand that you have a nice shot and no one can block it, but don't just stand at the 3-point line every time and then just call it a day. You have a nice fadeaway jumper. Go down in the post, hit a fadeaway jumper, get some hook shots in, and get some threes in, and a mid-range shot. But he just stays out the three all the time, and it's hurting him individually.
Although, listen, if we're talking about someone who else needs help, Damian Lillard, bro. Listen, I respect loyalty, but nah, bro. You can't be as cold and as clean as Damian Lillard and not make it out the first round against a Denver with no Jamal Murray, really? Against just Jokic, you can't even make it out. You got Melo, you got CJ McCollum, you got, even though your big man's trash. What's his name?
He's good.
He's good on offense, but
he's not a championship good.
Listen, when you're as cold as Damian, you can't be getting
Our
out.
game was so ridiculous.
You can't be. What was it? Game 5 when he hit those 2 back-to-back buzzer beaters, bro. He dropped like 50 points. No, there's no. You can't be as cold as Damian Lillard and not beat the Jamal Murray-less Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, they got swept by the Suns. So.
Like who?
Nuggets. So.
Well, exactly. I mean, come on. Like,
Sounds like good though, but we'll get to that.
Nah, Damian. I know he's loyal, but I think he's going somewhere else.
Damian to the Warriors.
I think Portland needs.
Bro, you have him working. Everyone can go to the Warriors.
I think Portland needs an all-star big man. I think that's what they need. I've been saying that.
Yeah, but nobody wants to go to Portland. That's the problem. Nobody wants to go to Portland. That's the problem.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
I
think that's what they need. I think they need all-star big man, and I think they should be just fine in contention with the other teams.
Listen, Damien, I know we're new, but somehow one of your boys sent you to this video like, bro, you need to leave, dog, because I swear to God, Portland ain't it. You can't be on the cover of 2K and not make it the first round.
Warriors, and you could take turns with Steph.
Steph's already the point guard.
Listen, he could take turns with Steph taking shots from 40 feet out every possession. It would be fun to see.
What do you mean? There you got Klay Thompson for that.
Take turns with 3 people.
Listen, I actually want him to go to the Knicks. I think he'd be clean on the Knicks.
Oh, the Garden will love him.
I think he'd be clean on the Knicks. He ain't gonna win, but he gonna be clean on the Knicks. But his best chance is with
All
LeBron.
fun games he goes 7 for 28 in the playoffs, but
well, the Lakers can get him. They need all the help they can get because Phoenix and LA game. That game was sorry in terms of Los Angeles Lakers play. Like I know they were injured, but no, that team. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt because they have the final syndrome like Miami Heat. But Lakers won it.
And the Suns are really good. I think whoever wins the Clippers Jazz series isn't making it past the Suns, in my opinion.
I'm calling it.
No, I said whoever makes it past the Clippers.
I'm calling it right now. CP3 wins the championship.
No, it's the Nets in the finals. I know.
Yeah, they had to get past Milwaukee.
Did you see what happened today?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that soon. I saw what happened today, but Milwaukee ain't no pushover, so
they are a pushover.
No,
hence why they lost with a one-legged James Harden.
Giannis can't hit threes or free throws.
Giannis is balling. Chris Middleton was balling too. Chris Middleton was balling too.
But those things build up. He needs to hit his threes. He needs to hit his free throws, and he can't do that. And in 2-game series, one of those things are going to be important for one of those games.
No, what the problem is they can't play defense. That's their problem in the crunch time. His free throws are a problem. They were up like 14 by 7 minutes ago.
Defense is the problem because Kevin Durant was just demon mode in the fourth quarter, but like in the third quarter and the end of the second half, like not in the second half, in the second quarter, they just made some dumb offensive plays. They shouldn't have lost that game.
So in the second round they had Philly versus Atlanta. That series is tied right now. That series.
Hawks.
You're with the Hawks?
Yeah, I don't know why. Underdogs.
Honestly, I'm with the Hawks too. They got that thug mentality. I like. I straight
I like
cooked
Trey.
I straight cooked Joe Nick, so yeah. I sure about to
You
freeze
saw when
the.
he took a bow when he hit that last shot to some Knicks home. He took that bow.
That's what I'm saying. I straight come out for souls, snatching people's bodies, boy.
No,
What? Tori's favorite NBA player, Ice Tray. And we're gonna talk about. We're gonna save the Brooklyn game for last because that game was fire. Utah and Clippers right now. That series is tied. That series could go either. I'm calling Game 7, but I don't
Jazz
know.
in 7.
Which one? Jazz and 7?
Yes.
I can't really fight that, to be honest. Clippers and Paul George and Kawhi are known to choke, so I probably would say Jazz and 7.
I think the
They
Clippers.
just need Mike Conley back. I think if the Jazz get Mike Conley back, I think it's really over.
Is
What?
he coming back?
I don't know, actually. I really don't know. But, because they need another ball handler next to Donovan Mitchell. Because now it's just like the Mavericks where they don't have another ball handler other than Donovan Mitchell.
I think Clippers are gonna take it over the Jazz. I mean, if the Jazz were to win, I wouldn't be surprised.
If they played for any other franchise that wasn't the Clippers, then I would say yes. But since they play for the Clippers, I would say no.
Yeah, Clippers are a cursed organization. Like they've never been to a conference finals. Let's put that.
They
Never.
might be
been.
the only team in the league to never make a conference finals. I think about
And
it.
that's probably gonna change because I see.
I don't know the way they've been playing.
I see them being-
Inconsistent they've been playing.
Yeah,
They're hot and cold.
Have the Pelicans made a conference final? No, I don't think they have actually. No.
The Pelicans, no.
Either way, trash franchise.
Yeah, I agree. And then obviously Phoenix swept Denver. I didn't see that coming. Like I'm calling it right now. CP3 is winning the championship. I'm calling it right now.
No, not
He's
over
winning the
Brooklyn.
championship.
Not over a healthy Brooklyn, but they're definitely going to be whoever comes out
No.
the Clippers series.
I no cap. No, I'm going Phoenix.
I wouldn't say definitely. I think if the Clippers come out of that series, I think it can go either way. But if Utah comes out of that series, then I have the Suns over Utah. To be honest with you.
They really beat the Bucks with a one-legged James Harden. We'll talk about that. That's
All right, so yeah, and the game that happened recently, Milwaukee versus Brooklyn, that was for Brooklyn to lead the series 3-2, which they do now. Kevin Durant played every single minute of that game, had a triple-double. Was it 49 points?
17 rebounds,
Six-
10
six-
assists, something like that.
Yeah, 16, 17 rebounds, like 10 assists. He played out of his mind, unlike his partner, James Harden, who played like absolutely trash, but he's coming off a hamstring injury. So, like, it was just good to have him on the court because he was a
Distraction.
quote-unquote, like threat, so they had to worry about him.
No, he was just a distraction.
Yeah, he was a distraction.
After the second quarter, they shouldn't have been worried about James Harden because he was straight trash. But
Well, they also give, like Kevin Durant said in the interview after the game, he said he provided being a ball handler on the floor, giving an extra ball.
it's
handler
like
on the
it's
floor.
like Steph Curry. Even if Steph Curry is like 0 for 12 from the field, he'll still be like one of the most dangerous players on the court because
Because
who he is.
James Harden does respect his shot, and when he gets the ball, he can still distribute the ball. He's still a guy who gets many assists every game he plays, so he can still distribute the driving kick, even if he was too hobbled to score.
Dang, I'm looking at this right now. James Harden only had 5 points that whole game.
3 of those came from an and one.
Bro,
What was his
the
score?
dude played 45 minutes.
How many rebounds and assists?
Only 6 rebounds, 8 assists.
There you go.
It's a Draymond Green stats.
There you go. No, he did. I mean, he did his job. Look, he got 8 assists. They needed another.
His
ball
job
I
to
mean,
get
if they didn't
buckets.
in my opinion, if they didn't have James Harden in this game, they would have lost.
Yeah, they needed a point guard. Kyrie was out, and they needed someone who can control the flow of the offense. Kevin Durant's a scorer. He's not going to be. Granted, he did have tons of assists, double digits in assists, but he's not going to be, controlling the offense like a guard.
I mean, yeah, but when you have Blake Griffin as your second highest scorer, like literally think about it. Kevin Durant's-
Wasn't it Jeff Green?
Huh?
Jeff Green had 27, right?
Oh yeah, Jeff Green. But basically, besides Kevin Durant, Jeff Green, and Blake Griffin, everyone else were in single digits. Kevin Durant scored like 50% of their points. That's ridiculous.
I mean, that should goes to show
Well,
how much
they're
the
not-
Bucks.
Huh?
It goes to show how much the Bucks choked this game. Honestly,
I mean, they did choke that game, but KD can't be doing that every night, 48 minutes.
I mean, did they?
he only has to do it for one more night, and it's over.
One more night, and what if he tears his Achilles or injures himself? Man's one game away from being injured. They can't overplay him like that. I know he can hoop, but like you're gonna have to have James Harden and other people step up because if he has to do that against them, he gonna have to do it against the next team, whether it's Philly or
Oh Lord.
Whether it's Philly or the Hawks, he's gonna have to do that again.
Sixers or Hawks gonna be easy series or easier than Bucks.
I mean, depends how they come out of that series, either unscathed or healthy. But I'm taking the Bucks in a game 7.
Nah, the series is over. They had their chance.
How's the series over?
Whoever won this game was gonna win the series, and Bucks choked.
No.
You have to beat the Nets 2 times in a row. Have they even done that all series? They beat them 2 times in a row.
They did. Literally.
Yeah. So I'm listen. As much as Giannis can't hit a free throw or a 3-point shot for his life, he still got 34 and 12 rebounds. As long as the other guys around him are hitting their shots.
They lost to a team who had James Harden dropped 5 points and they lost. There's no hope.
Yeah, because Kevin Durant was out of his mind.
One of the games that the Milwaukee Bucks beat them in is when the Nets didn't have Kyrie and James Harden because they were both injured.
It was both games they won was when they didn't have James Harden, but they had Kyrie.
Yeah, Kyrie.
Yeah.
Kyrie got injured early, didn't he?
Kyrie got injured in a game like third quarter.
No, I'm thinking Bucks in 7. And Giannis, I trust. He's gonna do what he's gonna do. It's just whether his other teammates are gonna help him. And honestly, stop putting PJ Tucker on Kevin Durant. This is a terrible idea. I don't know how tall PJ Tucker is. What 6'2", 3"?
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant's 7 foot tall with like a 8 foot wingspan. Stop putting PJ Tucker on Kevin Durant, because they're gonna do that. Then they're gonna lose.
No one can stop KD, and I think that is
okay. All right, no one can stop him, but slow him down. I don't care what Giannis is. You keep saying Giannis is slow. Giannis is the only guy on that team.
He doesn't have defensive speed to guard KD.
No, listen. If I'm the coach, I'm telling Giannis, you guard KD. I don't care. That's your guy.
Kevin Durant's putting Giannis on skates every play.
Okay, nobody else can guard him. That's your best chance.
No, it's not.
6'11" with the same wingspan, stronger. He could guard KD.
PJ Tucker is a better chance because he's stronger.
Bro, and Kevin Durant was bullying PJ Tucker for the last 2 games.
And he's better at like coming off screens and stuff, like trying to chase KD off screens.
Come on, bro. Okay, you're talking out your butt. PJ Tucker cannot guard KD no matter what.
No one can guard KD.
He don't. Yeah, okay,
PJ Tucker is better than Giannis defensively when it comes to guarding someone like KD.
If Giannis has to guard KD gonna at least be thinking about it because he can't just pull up like he does on PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker, PJ Tucker don't really exist. PJ Tucker is
glorified pulling up on anybody like they don't exist. Like
what?
He's pulling up on
Kevin Durant. It doesn't matter who's guarding Kevin Durant. He doesn't see a defender.
If he misses, it's just because he missed.
Yeah.
Okay, but you have a better chance of putting Giannis than PJ Tucker, bro. PJ Tucker is not the answer. Because if you're gonna do that, then Kevin Durant's gonna cook you every night.
Blowing past Giannis every play and dunking it, or
because Giannis doesn't have the mindset that that's my guy.
Or passing to Joe Harris in the corner for a wide open 3.
No.
If someone comes to help.
No, if I'm the coach of the Milwaukee Bucks, I'm telling Giannis, that's your guy. That's your guy. You don't lose him, that's your guy. If he cooks you, fine, but he gonna have one hell of a night trying to cook you. Because I'm not putting PJ Tucker.
He's having an easier night if Giannis is guarding him.
Negro, really?
Yes.
No. Cap, no. Stop putting PJ Tucker on Kevin Durant.
They gotta rotate between the 3 best defenders. They gotta mix it up, make Kevin Durant uncomfortable. Some plays PJ Tucker, some plays Chris Middleton, and then some plays Giannis, just to keep him on his toes.
Nah, not Chris Middleton.
Chris Middleton can't guard KD.
Chris Middleton's a good defender, but he ain't
let him worry about scoring the points that Giannis think. If Giannis take away like 6 more points, but stop Kevin Durant or at least slow him down. He can't be scoring 50 every night. Because if he's gonna do that, then they're gonna lose with ease. Because honestly, he played 48 minutes, but he didn't look tired.
He hasn't scored 40 every game. Last 2 games in Milwaukee, he was struggling.
Who, Durant?
Yeah.
But that's because Kyrie and them are the leaders. And because James Harden was trash today, he was like, all right, let me just step up. But usually when Kyrie and them, he's passive. But today he wasn't passive. If you get passive KD, then they have a chance. If you get this KD, where he's the leader, then they're not.
And PJ Tucker puts all his effort defensively.
Oh, that's
like Patrick Beverley.
Dude, PJ Tucker cannot guard Kevin Durant. He could put all the effort he wants. He could pray to Jesus if he wants to. He's not guarding unless he grows 7 more inches to the next time they play. He's not guarding Kevin Durant. It don't matter.
Giannis puts way too much effort offensively to come back defensively and guard KD.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I'll take a little bit more points away from him and put more effort on the defensive end because you got Drew Holiday and Middleton and Brooke
They're not
Lopez.
gonna try to
They'll
take
pick up
away
the
more
slack.
points from Giannis.
All you gotta do is get boards and get some kind of
They're
stops.
not going to do that because they're too heavily reliant on Giannis, and they view it as if Giannis is our best player, and if he stays aggressive, then that's our best chance to win. So they're never going to try to slow
You're
down.
not going to beat the Nets playing defense. That's just not. If you're trying to beat the Nets by playing defense, you might as well just walk home already because you're not going to beat the Nets by playing defense.
And that's exactly how you're gonna beat the Nets. You just gotta do your offense.
Although all three of them are healthy, all three of them take shots like defenders don't exist, especially KD. Like, it doesn't matter who's on them, they don't exist.
Milwaukee, stop putting PJ Tucker on Kevin Durant. You're gonna lose the series. All right, so real quickly, I want to get your predictions on who's gonna win that whole thing. I'm going for the Suns.
You're wild.
No, I'm how?
If the Nets are healthy, there's no way.
No, I'm going for the Suns.
Yeah.
I'm calling right now. I'm calling Banana Boat Crew with LeBron James, CP3, aka Cliff Paul, aka State Farm Commercials, is gonna get his first chip with the Phoenix Suns. Devin Booker and Ayton about to be champions.
Nets in 6 over the Bucks. Nets in 5 over Sixers. Nets in 6 over Suns.
Okay, so you're on the bandwagon train with the Nets. All right.
There's no bandwagon
Fair.
train. There's
Yeah, they gonna get smoked. I'm telling you. Who's your prediction? I got the Suns. You got the Nets.
And this year, I don't even really have a definitive prediction. I had the Nets when they were healthy, but with the way injuries are plaguing them, I mean, if KD gets injured in any type of way later in the finals, then they're going to be out.
If they have 2 stars healthy, it's over. Like,
No, they need Kevin Durant.
I mean, it really depends on how healthy.
If they have Kyrie and James Harden, no one's beating them. So
It really depends on how healthy the Nets are. Like, if James Harden can get back to 100% by the finals, and James Harden and Kevin Durant 100%, then I got the Nets. Although I would like for the Suns to win though, because Chris Paul, he's one of the hardest workers in the league,
The Suns will win.
and I think he really deserves a ring. It's really sad to see him play his heart out every season just to get injured in the playoffs and not even get the fighting chance to individually bring his team to the
And
promised
he's
land.
healthy. As far as I know, he's healthy. He's healthy now. So
So right now he's healthy. So I really hope that he gets it because he's one of the most deserving point guards in the league to get not only to get a ring but to get a fair shot at getting it because every year he's been injured and every time he goes to the playoffs.
yeah.
So I like for the Suns to win.
No, I'm calling it.
If
It's calling
the
it.
please
Nets
dog Milwaukee.
are healthy, then the
Please
Nets.
dog Milwaukee in the next.
I'm calling it. I'm calling it. Suns. No matter who they got to play against, Suns is winning the entire
If the Nets,
thing.
I don't want to.
if the Nets make it past the Bucks, it's over. So we gotta pray and hope the Bucks win the next 2 games.
They can make it past the
You wanna
Bucks.
see the- you wanna see the-
Sixers, Hawks don't matter. Once they get to the finals,
No, I'm saying I don't want to see the Nets in the finals, but I know it's over if the Nets make the finals. As
Yeah.
long as all 3 of them are there.
listen, I love Trae Young, but nah, yeah, that's a sweep if Atlanta somehow pulled against Philly and then they have to play the Nets. I'm calling a sweep on the Nets. But it don't matter. No matter what the scenario is in the East, in the West, it's gonna be
56 in Atlanta on a random day and beat the Nets 1 time. But other than that,
But yeah, so that's our thoughts on the NBA playoffs. But yeah, and I will remember this tape because when Phoenix win, I'm gonna come back to this and be like, I told you so, Danny. I'm gonna tell you, CP3, State Farm commercials for the win. That's what I'm saying. They gonna have a commercial with him lifting with him like a giant ring on his finger, bro. Cliff Paul about to be a champion. So that's our show for today. As usual, stay safe and no cap.